some parts, more things at the John Deere house. We found some more things that were not right, and we're going to go ahead and fix now, and then just other stuff I need. So, going to town now, and then I'll show you the wheat along the way. Now that the sun is coming up, with all the rain that we've gotten, the wheat is looking pretty good. Kind of maybe hard to see with the sun, but it looks good. I mean, you don't see it every day, but it's finally, the sun is out, and the wheat is starting to green back out a little bit. It kind of had gotten a little tired looking, so grow, baby, grow. And here's some more. This is a farm that Emily and I own. Looks good. Here's the wheat we call Bob's because Bob is the landlord. I mean, it looks good. I'm a little surprised it's not covered more. I mean, has gotten cold and it's not growing much, but yeah, I'm hoping that it'll start taking off and covering. You won't see those drill rows soon. So anyways, it looks good. It's just it's a good stand, I believe. It's just not covering in. Like, see how it's thicker planted here on the end. There's a jet flying over me right now. Hold on. There's a jet over there. But it's just not covering across like I had hoped it would, but I think it'll start doing that soon if we can get some warmer weather. But I have not checked the rain gauge here since it rained, and so I'm going to do that now, and that's not pushed down. So that shows about 3/4, so I'm sure some has come out. We'll take close to an inch there. I'd say there's a good chance that was an inch. All right, enough gallivanting. Time to go to town. I have done what I need to do in Stanford, and I am incomplete. Was not able to get everything I needed. I got some of what I needed, and it was a good trip. Let's say that. But John Deere house in Stanford did not have two parts that I needed, a seal and an O-ring. But they had them at Monday, which is a town that's about 40 minutes from here. And so they do a transfer between dealerships. It didn't run today, and they didn't think it was going to run tomorrow, maybe Thursday. But I'd really like to get that part so that we can get all the hydraulic system buttoned up and move on to the other things. So I'm going to go to Monday. It'll be good. It'll be a road trip. So I'm doing that. This is what it looks like, me driving to Monday, Texas. And I am saying Monday. It's M-U-N-D-A-Y, not Monday. I don't know. It's Monday. Monday. If you live around here, you probably say Monday. So, onward and upward. Got it. 2 pieces. This seal, this O-ring. Goes in my bag of stuff. Alright, now it's almost lunchtime. By the time I get home, it will be lunchtime. So I'm going to go home. Emily will be working, but I'm going to go bother her some and eat lunch. I'm going to drive by these tractors that I can't afford or don't want to afford. See, aren't those pretty? I don't know, just talking to the guys in the sales. Stuff's expensive. Cotton stuff, they said, cotton equipment is lower right now, the used market, which also just means that the stuff that we have is worth less for trade, but you can get into something for cheaper. So anyways, if you have the right answer, let me know. I would appreciate that. Otherwise, the answer I know is let's go home and go eat lunch. That sounded terrible. Welcome back. Well, let me show you what we did yesterday. One thing. Okay. We still have to work on the PTO. We got the adapter off of there. Came off easier. Dad was expecting. He was being super negative about it. You can ask him about it. We got this that pipe out. It was no problem. Man, that was so good. We've got the filters just loose on there. There's a sensor under there, a wire we need to fix. We're gonna have to do some soldering under there, so we'll take those filters back off to be able to get to that better. So we gotta replace the stuff on the PTO. You already knew about that. It's leaking. Still leaking. And we drained all the oil. All the oil's drained. The rest I think I need to show you is under here. So let's go underneath. All right, need to take this out. There's a suction screen there. I didn't show you. There's a screen. This tube right here, and where it goes into the tractor there, there's a screen. I gotta take that out. And then this is the, better see it better here. This is where, where is it? This is where it's leaking. So back out. Got to take all of these bolts off on this end of the shaft, and then also on the back end, and that should allow this whole thing to be loose so that we can get it out of the way, hopefully get it out. And then we can access the back part of this hub and replace the stuff in there that's leaking. So that, hold on, that I believe will conclude this lesson in changing hydraulics. We still just saw Dad. He met him on the road. We've got to replace this stuff in here, this fan drive. So we need to take this, hopefully can come out of the way, but the fan's got to come off, and then there's all these pieces in here that got to come out. There's some bearings that are trapped in this. Man, see, I can't even hardly show you. And there's supposed to be a snap ring in there. Maybe we'll get to it. Talked to a guy in the shop. He said, you're supposed to be able to do this. You should be able to do that. Those are words for good luck. So anyways, that's something I did. Also, yesterday I got my piece cut for my hose reel. See, that's a hose reel over there. And so I just got to finish grinding it. And then I got to drill some holes. And then mount it and weld it. All right, here's the plate. Got my holes marked. Now I gotta punch them so I can drill them. Okay, so I found a drill bit that's the perfect size for the holes on the reel. So this is the exact same size. I'm kind of working backwards, so I'll have to find a bolt that will work there. Those are lugs. Those are carriage type. Anyways, I got something. I'll find something. But, okay. Not that I'm an expert by any means on a drill press, but So what I've done is I've punched the centers, or at least the best to my estimation, the centers of these, where these holes need to be. And what that'll do is the bottom of this drill bit is pointed, and that'll give that drill bit the opportunity to go straight into that spot and not walk around. At least that's the goal. So I think that's accomplishing what I want. Kind of rocking there to the side, so I'm gonna adjust that. But and then I'm gonna clamp it down with this C-clamp because I don't want it to spin. That's no good. All right, I'm clamped. I am still lined up. And I'm getting distracted because something smells terrible over here. Now I know there's mice under here. I know, judge me. I've got to clean. I'll do it. Something is for sure dead somewhere. Probably under here. Do you see anything? No? Something's dead and it smells really, really bad. It's only going to smell worse unless it's under here. Anyways, I'm going to drill this one hole at a time. I'm going to lubricate it with some of this multi-purpose spray lubricant because that's good for lubricating. I'm going to drill some holes. Well, my plate fits, so I did something right. I need to find 2 more lock washers that'll fit this, and then I gotta decide where to mount it so we don't hit our heads. But now we're gonna get back to the tractor. It's kind of breaking apart.
Yeah, it's aluminum.
No second time use for sure.
No. It fits tighter around there than I thought it would. Yeah, there's a rubber part that's behind it.
Oh yeah, it's just falling apart. There we go. That may have been what was leaking more than anything. It's cracked up and...
Yeah, but it's the other seal's leaking too.
Yeah.
Now see if you can hook. That's going to be the deal. It's kind of long. Hopefully you can get it in there somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. We got the other seal off now. Dad's putting the new one back in. Then we're going to hammer it in. Some PVC pipe is the best thing we came up with. We'll see how that works. Hammer's there by your knee.
Oop.
Move.
No, it's not going over that. It's this inner part of this here is not as big as that shaft.
How about that?
Still a little bit small.
Huh. You want this wood?
Yeah.
Don't hit my hand.
Go down
Hold on, let me get it.
Pull it back now. See what's going in there.
Alright, got the seal in there, both parts. Got this ready with Never Seas and about to put the adapter back on. And this part hopefully is fixed. That's the deal with these things. You don't know if they're fixed until you start it up. Should be good. To never probably maybe be taken off ever again.
You need 3/4 pocket.
I got that too.
Okay. Put it kind of where it's in between the notch, wherever that is.
Everything probably on 3 or just on the 2 like we did over on the crane drill.
Yeah, you can probably leave it on 3, just don't go hog wild. And kind of need to kind of tighten it equally if you can.
Maybe subtly it's moving, but
Yeah, it is just a little. That's probably enough.
a little bit that was my wrench moving on that one. Yeah, that's good. Okay, it's still hard to do this even when I have my real camera, but we got this tube taken out, replace the O-ring there, replace the O-ring there. Dad's gonna work on the sensor that's under on the inside of the hydraulic pump. He's got a pigtail connection to fix. We got the PTO done, you already saw that. It's loud. I'm going underneath. There's this, there's a thing here that I can't show you very good right now. I'm gonna take off, and then we got to work on that PTO drive that's leaking. So slowly but surely, we are mostly starting to get put back together. Almost the hydraulic system is put back, but we got this is the PTO drive and these hubs off, and so that's what we're working on now. Really greasy, dirty, haven't filled much, but it's going, making a mess. But it is put mostly back together. Except for under here, which you can't see very good. We're going home. Had a little bit of an accident. I don't know. I mean, it was my fault I was doing it. I was putting the seal in, hammered it. I was being really, really careful. And then something didn't look right. And so there's a piece of rubber that goes around the shaft that was folded. And so it, maybe it's okay. Dad kind of was able to push it back in, but using the point of a sharp point, so could have ruined that rubber. And for it's $45. It's not worth taking the chance that was ruined. So I'm gonna have to pull that out and replace it. So I'm going to Stanford again. But as we were talking, the rear side that is not leaking, found out it's missing. We could never find that on the parts diagram. It was, anyways, we finally found it. Same seal back there, same little piece. This little piece right here that backs up to that seal. It's the same on both ends. This is on back order. I already had to run to Monday for that. And it The other ones are at Stanford. So I'm not gonna be able to get everything done before I gotta go out of town tomorrow, but we can get it close. So gotta go to the parts again, but I'm going home. Welcome back. It's a new day. I am going to town again. Going to the John Deere house to get a couple more seals that I'm not going to mess up when we put them in a little bit. But gotta run by the gym and pick up something there also, and then back to the barn and try to get this as buttoned up as we can. I'm going out of town. My family and I were going on our ski trip to Red River, New Mexico, and we're leaving today. We've gone through the weekend, so I got to be done by lunch, and so I'm gonna be done by lunch because I gotta pack up lots of things to put in the car. I'm getting 2 seals that I for sure need, and the other 2 seals are on back order. They are in Abilene or Rotan or Seymour, places that are 40 minutes or more away. If we weren't leaving right after lunch, I would go get those probably so we could get this buttoned up and finished with hydraulic oil. But if I can get these main seals in around the drive shaft, then it will keep it mostly buttoned up. We can plug the holes with some shop towels that are open. So get as much as I can get done. Hopefully those parts will show up while I'm gone, and then when I get back we can finish. I'm back. Got the parts. Now, can I do it right this time and not mess it up? Not that I did it on purpose. I was actually being really, really cautious. Let's see where that got me. Let me get some light in here and I'll show you. So here's the new seals. Here's an old seal that we took out. You got to do that to break it. Okay, you see there's a rubber on the inside there? That's the part. This rubber got folded in on the new one that I put in last night and messed up. So that is old. That is for sure. That was leaking. And so I've got a new one. See? Looks the same. But I've got to be careful that I don't rub that rubber in there doesn't get rolled up. So the thing I'm on here on this, now let me just go under and I'll show you. 1 second. All right, under the tractor. Okay, so there's the seal I put in last night. Almost looks good. I don't know if you can even tell, but right around where my light is there, that rubber seal around is folded up a little bit. It's gonna be too dark if I don't show you the light. So anyways, don't want that to happen. So we're gonna pull that one out. And then the way this works, there's another one here at the back. And so we'll get that seal. This is the original one, factory one. We'll get that seal pulled and try to drive both of these in with no issues. And then we're one little rubber part away from being able to finish the whole thing. All right, let's play a little game of how much does this part cost. So this is a seal. It's metal with rubber on the inside, and it's important, as anything is. Do you think that this part cost $10, $25, or $45? Submit your answers. Okay, I got another part. This little one right here, it's just rubber. It sits up next to that seal that I just showed you. Do you think this part cost $2, $5, or $22? Okay, reveal. This seal costs $45. How about that? This thing, which is just rubber, costs $22. Come on, inflation. Gotta have them. cheaper for me to do it than to pay John Deere to do it, but still fun times. Done. Got done what I wanted to. I'll even show you. I don't really want to get under here again, but I'll show you because that's what I do. So we got that hub put back on. The seal, that hub has a snap ring. We had all the pieces for that. This one here, we don't have, and it's hard to see, I apologize. We don't have one of these seals that go back here by that seal, so we'll finish that up whenever those parts come in. But that's it. It went mostly as expected. Just took time and didn't ruin that seal. Dad thought it was real funny that they had one extra one at the John Deere house if I messed up again, but I didn't. So I'm going out of town. Thanks for watching. If you're gonna farm, farm.